Earlier this year, you wrote a series of open letters. The first was a farewell letter to President Obama.
Yeah.
And the second was a letter to the new guy.
Yeah.
And in that letter, you said how he needs to understand the black community and why there's so much anger and frustration.
Sure.
And when you wrote it, did you have trepidation? Did people say, don't do it? You felt pretty good?
No reservations at all, you know? I just let it fly. Let it fly.
And, you know, Trump recently went after your pal Snoop Dogg.
Yes, he did.
He did, because Snoop did something on Twitter. Was it Twitter, I believe?
No, he did a video.
Oh.
He did a video, yeah.
No, a video, I'm sorry. He did a video where he had a fake gun.
Sure.
Oh, we're showing it.
Pointing at the clown, who just happened to resemble just
Right.
somebody we all know these days.
Sure.
So then you responded back to Trump with your own Instagram post.
I did.
That I cannot read on daytime television.
I would suggest, I wouldn't advise you to do that. No. I think the FCC would have major objections.
Yeah, but because Trump always, he writes all sorts of crazy stuff.
Sure he
This
does.
particular one got to you. Tell us why.
Well, because I feel like, you know, Snoop Dogg, generationally, and myself as an artist and as a, you know, an African-American young man who came from poverty and used my life and lifestyle along with my talent to bring myself and my family up out of the wreckage and create a new way of life for ourselves. So we have a community. Okay, and in this community, you are not going to come and challenge or try to belittle or demean us or our advancements by no means, shape, form, or fashion. Whatever Snoop said, he had the right to say, and he's protected by the Constitution in saying it.
Right.
So, you know, so for Trump to get on, use his platform to say, you know, how Snoop has a failing career, whatever he said.
That always follows anyone he's talking
Whatever
about.
he said. Everybody who's against him has a failing career. You know, okay, listen, man. I mean, but to be honest with you, I feel like we have to protect our legends. We have to protect our heroes, the people who mean something to us and our community and our culture.
Well, but President Trump says that Omarosa's role is to bridge a gap. I mean, within the African-American community, do you think
she can't even bridge the gap in her teeth, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going for none of that.
Do you think this administration will do anything?
Just speaking, you know, openly and honestly about it, before we can get anywhere with this present person in office, before we can get anywhere, we have to address all of the disrespect and degrading that was done during the campaign. You know what I mean? And that was my issue with when people were going in there to meet with him, whether it was Kanye or whether it was Steve Harvey or whether it was you know, Jim Brown, whoever it was. Not that they shouldn't be mean, but when you go in there and meet, before you stand and smile and say this is a good man and take pictures, like what about addressing the disrespect and the disregard for our community that was done? And what about him being the poster child for white supremacy and standing for the people who look to devalue our lives
and destroy the world?
Okay, and that too. And before you address that, there's no other conversation.
That's right.
That's hello, how you doing? So what's up with the nonsense that you was doing? Like, that's the way the conversation got to go.
Well, you know, especially when the person starts out, the opening gambit was about, you know, murders and Mexicans.
Right.
And so when someone starts the conversation,
absolutely,
comes down the thing, comes out cute little wife, and it says, this is the first thing out your mouth. You have to, you want him to address all of those things, because you can't start out hating everybody.
Right.
You just can't do it.
And anyone who's going to go in there and speak on behalf of us as a community or us as a people, you have to address the concerns of us. And that's what we're concerned about more than any of that other stuff. So without that, you ain't got no other conversation.
We have to talk about something that I absolutely love that you've done, and that is your reality show.
Thank
The
you.
Family Hustle. It's about to premiere for its 6th and final season. We have watched you guys grow over the last few years. What made you decide that it was time to close this chapter?
I mean, after 100 episodes,
oh my God, how cute that baby.
After 100 episodes, I don't know how much more there is to share. You know, I mean, the kids have all grown and blossomed and evolved into their own personalities, and you know, I think now it's time for everybody to enter the next phase of life.
Yeah, well, you're about to hit the road on your Hustle Gang tour, where you'll be introducing us to some of the new artists that are on your label. Tell us a little bit about that.
Man, we have a new regime at Hustle Gang, and I'm extremely proud to introduce them. Everyone from a young guy named Ra Ra and a young guy named Book to a phenomenal young lady named Tokyo Jets, and also an introspective young rapper named Trans Lee. We have, as well as our favorites like B.O.B. and Young Dro and Trey the Truth. So we gonna go out there and turn up for the nation.
And you have 7 children.
I do.
I'm just saying that I'm shaking next to you because I only have one, but you have one that's the same age. Your youngest is 1 year old.
Yeah.
How is that having a little one run around? Eris?
Yes, Eris. I couldn't.
Shouldn't the oldest one be called Eris?
He didn't know there'd be 6 more.
It wasn't exactly anything to air at that point. But yeah, it's phenomenal. I can't imagine, you know, life without her now. She's just a beautiful addition. She's a wonderful.
Did you get the picture I sent up to you?
That little one?
You
Which
see the
one?
picture I sent up to you? My daughter looks like
Yes,
it's the
yes.
craziest
It's
thing.
uncanny.
And I swear, he's not the baby daddy. No, he's not. I thank
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Season 6 of his show, The Family Hustle, premieres April 17th on VH1, and we're so glad. Actually, we're so glad that we got to see these 6 years that you've had.
Thank you so much. Thank you.